All right. Kris is here.
You say something.
Bryce is also.
Uh-huh.
And Tech Guy is also
putting on deodorant.
Yeah, he's putting on deodorant right now.
Look, man, I forgot to do it.
I'm here.
Yeah.
Who are you?
Also, I wanted to mention that in top of forgetting his deodorant, he forgot something else, which is why we're doing
this is about. Okay.
Approximately 30 minutes late. Let's go ahead and explain what happened.
So I was walking out to my car.
Yeah.
And I thought, okay, I'll go out there real quick, just barefooted, because I thought my shoes were in there.
Okay.
And so I got in there, and I drove slightly down the road.
Wait.
Yes.
And then I was like, fuck.
How far is slightly?
Just like I got out of the parking lot. And then I pulled back in.
Well, okay, so that's a little different than what you said.
See, the thing is you said you were late because you forgot your shoes.
Yeah, and that's what happened. And then I ended up giving Bryce a ride.
You would have only been like, what, 2 minutes late?
Okay.
Well, then I ended up having to get Bryce a ride.
But that didn't affect how long it took you to get here.
Well, I also forgot coffee.
Okay, what does that mean? Dude. What does that mean?
Well, I had to get coffee.
You're supposed to make it here.
What?
You're supposed to make it here.
Yeah, but I was just like, I didn't want to deal with that when I got here. I just like got coffee while I was
Well, you know, I made tea.
Well,
I made my Jigglypuff tea.
Do you want to cheers?
Yeah, sure.
Wait, can we do that in front of the mic?
Sure.
Fantastic.
Right there.
Don't do that again. All right,
Okay.
now.
Wait. Hold on.
What?
So you went to your car in the first place to go look for your shoes.
Not look for my shoes.
Because you thought your shoes were in there.
I thought my shoes were in there.
Okay.
But you had to come back to the house to get your shoes, right?
Yes.
So you're telling me that you got in your car without shoes and you're just like driving?
Yeah, I started to because I just thought they were there.
Wouldn't you check before you started driving?
Well,
like,
I mean, hey man, sometimes that doesn't happen.
In your socks or what?
Sometimes I just don't check. I like, you know what they say about assuming they make an ass out of you and me, and you know sometimes you just don't check for your shoes.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah, I made an ass out of me.
He's got a good point.
No, he doesn't.
What do you mean?
All right, so we're covering Ben 10, Secret of the Omnitrix today. This is
it's a movie.
It is a movie. That's correct. And it's from a critically acclaimed Cartoon Network show, Ben 10. This is currently, I think this might be currently the longest running continuous Cartoon Network show still.
Oh, really?
Not ever. There have been other shows that went longer, but this one is, since it started, has been going since 2005. Which is actually kind of a long time.
Really?
All right. What can we get some guesses on? I mean, I'm sure you know what the longest running show is, Nolan, or do you not?
My guess for the longest running Cartoon Network show, if I had to guess, would probably be something like, I actually don't know.
Yeah.
There's so many fucking Cartoon Network shows.
I can't think of any that's there's no like
SpongeBob.
Like
so many of them stopped.
Yeah.
They just reran episodes constantly. Like,
I feel like Adventure Time went for a long time, but not that long.
Yeah, it would have started and ended.
But
after
that,
and
like,
before.
Do you mean like it's all the same show or like just the same series?
It's the same like series, yeah.
Okay. Because I remember them.
Well, shit. What about Pokemon then? Don't they still show Pokemon?
I guess so, yeah.
Oh, shit. If we're counting it like that, then yeah.
Pokemon, I would say, Pokemon is one continuous canon.
Yeah.
That, inarguably, it is one really long show.
When you said one continuous canon, does that mean that it's canon that Ash just stays 10 forever?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he does.
According to this, Ed and Eddie had a 10-year run. And it's currently the longest running Cartoon Network show.
That's a singular show. I guess look up franchise.
Because
longest running franchise.
Ben 10 has actually been like going since 2005.
I was about to say that's definitely
well, because there was multiple Ben 10 shows.
Yeah, but they're all continuous.
Yeah.
Yeah. As an individual, they just change the name of the show every so often.
Yep.
But if Ed and Eddie is considered that, then I guess Ben 10 would be the longest Cartoon Network show.
Oh, I guess I got to specify.
Okay.
I got Harry Potter.
What? Have they ever shown Harry Potter on Cartoon Network?
Hell no, they haven't. There's also probably some Batman shows that went for a long time too. But a lot of times that show would be on like Disney and stuff.
Do they show One Piece on Adult Swim?
They would on Toonami, yeah.
Yes, sir.
And 4 kids.
That's how I know what it was.
Toonami, or is it like still called that?
Mm-hmm. I think they brought Toonami back like a few years ago, actually.
Okay.
But it was gone for like almost a decade or something like that, probably.
So when did this show come, or when did this movie come out?
Oh, so this came out in 2007.
Okay.
Ben 10 itself came out in 2005.
Because this is the Ben 10 that I know. Because I didn't watch a whole lot of Ben 10, but what I did watch was around this.
A child.
I was definitely a kid.
Um,
I haven't seen any Ben 10 in at least fucking 8 years.
Watched till the point that he was a young adult, and I remember it a lot more, and I think I liked it a lot more than when he was a kid.
It's definitely a better show when he's in 15. Because he's
Are
15.
they 15 in that?
Yeah.
Wow, they look
They look a lot older.
they look a lot older.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see them being 15, but they do look like a little older than that, yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Especially Kevin 11.
Kevin is older. Kevin is
Oh, I
not
was
15.
gonna say Kevin 11.
Ben and Gwen are both
Okay.
15. Yeah.
What is Kevin's last name?
Kevin
11.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah. You got the Tennysons and the Levins.
Yeah. The Levins are cool because his dad is not cool.
What's the 12th man? What's he called?
Not in it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, I knew that, but
Yeah.
I mean, I actually didn't know that, but you know, what would they be called?
12
and
Kelv 12.
I mean,
Kelv 12.
well, you have to
Okay.
add a little joke to the last name. You know, you got 10 Tennyson, and then you got 11
Kelvin 12.
Kelvin 12inson.
Just adding both of those together, the Tennyson and the Levin.
It's pretty similar. It's
Yeah.
a combination play.
13 in.
I like how for Tennyson they added to 10 and for 11 they took E off the front.
All right, is there a pattern there? What's the next one then?
I guess like okay, so what I think it would be is 12 would triple in length, and then
Okay.
13 would get even shorter than 11.
Okay.
So it'd be like thir.
Third. What's his name?
Burr.
Birther. Birther.
That's a good one. That's a good one. That rolls off.
And
the
he
tongue pretty
gives
well.
birth to the animals.
Yeah.
The animals. The aliens that go into his Omnitrix.
The
Also-
alien matrixes.
Yeah.
Real quick, I was gonna do we're gonna do 2 segments here right away. We're gonna first do a Bryce chimes in.
Oh yeah.
Yo.
All right.
Okay, well, he's been
And-
chiming, dude.
And he's already been doing it, so I think this is a great time to do this. What's your favorite alien ever?
Okay. Man, this is hard.
It can be a real person or whatever.
Okay.
Doesn't matter.
I mean, I was gonna say Mark Zuckerberg is a joke, but like, I don't really like him that much.
Yeah.
And don't even give him that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think he's probably more likely to be a robot, to be fair. But
I could
Yeah.
see that as well. I don't know. Maybe the first thing that comes to my mind is Stitch, but like I don't actually like Stitch that much. Don't
You've
know.
got like some low alien affinity right now.
Well, I don't know. I can't really think of any, honestly. I mean,
we talked about Roger on the Oban episode.
he's kind of mid.
He is kind of mid.
Yeah.
I agree.
I'm sorry to offend anyone.
He does walk like this.
Can we have like a short alien discussion, and then I'll maybe it'll give me a brainstorm.
okay, so there's quite a bit of aliens.
Yeah, I mean, you
And,
you
I'm
trying to
mentioned
think- I'm
Stitch.
trying to think
That's
of-
like
Yeah, I'm trying to
he's
think
like
of-
what experiment 4.
Big number.
Yeah.
It's a
Yeah,
large
sure.
number. You got
What from
fucking
like some like series and stuff that I
almost every Dragon Ball character.
Oh, Kaoru. Oh,
Who
well,
the
he's
fuck
an
is
alien.
that?
I mean,
I
He's an
don't think that
angel.
counts. That's different than being an alien.
Yeah, I guess.
I feel like I was the first thing that came to
Comes
my
from
mind was
space,
Lilith, but
but-
like I'm not gonna say that either.
I don't
But
think either of those really count.
I think it does, bro.
they come from space, man.
They're an alien. They're like basically just aliens.
I
If
mean,
they don't, they're
I
not. They
get
weren't. They
technically
weren't.
what
They
you
weren't
mean,
from
but-
the Earth.
Yeah.
They were. If they're not from the Earth, they're aliens, right?
Yeah, but wouldn't that mean like because people are probably not from here either? So like, would that mean that we're all technically kind of aliens?
were born
I mean,
here.
I get what you're saying, but I don't think it really counts.
Bro, that's cap.
No,
Oh, keep going. Keep going. We can't.
Invader Zim.
Keep talking. No,
no,
fucking
he's-
Vader Zim.
Oh, well,
Dude, Invader
fuck
Zim's
Invader Zim.
Yeah.
He's better
like-
than
do
a
an episode.
fucking.
He's like low mid.
We should not do an episode because I actually
Uh,
have watched that show and I like
I
that
mean, we
show.
could do it for an 11.
I'm definitely not gonna do it.
Kevin Levin.
Yeah.
Okay.
Kevin Levin is not an alien.
I don't like any aliens.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Whoa.
Don't clip that. You can take that out of
Here
context.
comes Goku Defender, not
Oh,
even
I-
picking
okay.
Goku. Not even picking Goku. I'll remember this next time y'all shit on me for thinking Goku's trash. I'll remember you didn't even pick him. Didn't even pick Goku.
Wait, hold on. Can I change my answer?
No. All right, we're moving on. So the next thing we're going to do is our first ever segment of a thing I like to call somber reading.
Oh.
Now, what? Did you not get the picture last? Dude,
No.
you said you did.
I didn't take it. What do you mean?
Why wouldn't you do it like after we're done? You have to like interrupt him to get the picture.
Oh, I
Like,
did
as-
take
like,
it.
What
Okay,
is this?
Not only did he not wait till we're done to take the
Okay.
picture, he's like interrupts Nolan speaking to get a picture of the piece of paper he's holding.
Look, I needed it though.
You do.
And you're showing Bryce.
because
Don't.
he is part of the thing.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is a
okay,
team
okay.
effort. All right.
But you already took a picture of it.
So if
Yeah.
y'all
Well, I forgot
don't,
I did that.
if y'all don't mind, I'm gonna need y'all to snap indiscriminately along with me and Justin.
Okay. But before we do that, just remember, Justin, you've already had one instance today where you assumed something without checking. Now you're
that's
at two.
You're a double
You're at
ass.
two.
Bro, he's got two
okay.
ass
I'm
shots
ready
right
to
now.
snap.
Double
Wait,
of
let me.
one.
Okay, that comes.
Okay,
through.
okay. So that it.
I'm really bad at snapping, honestly.
Well, if you're bad, then don't mess us up. You know what I'm saying? I don't want these wussy snaps. All
Whoa,
right.
shit.
Now, what's funny is I literally can't snap with my left hand. I don't know if anybody else is like that, but
All
I
right.
can only do my right hand.
We'll do it with your left. No
Well,
balls.
no, I'm not doing that. It will sound like nothing. Okay. So what we're gonna be doing is I'm gonna be reading a brief excerpt from the show we're gonna be covering today. And afterwards I would like Bryce and Kris to tell me how it made them feel. Okay.
Oh,
right.
okay. Yeah.
So here we go. So let's go ahead and start snapping. Okay. It started when an alien device did what it did. It stuck itself upon his wrist with secrets that it hid. Now he's got superpowers. He's no ordinary kid.
He's been 10.
So if you see him, you might be in for a big surprise. He'll turn into an alien before your very eyes. He's slimy, creepy, fast, and strong. He's every shape and size.
He's been 10.
Armed with powers, he is on the case, fighting off villains from Earth or space. He'll never stop till he makes them pay, because he's the baddest kid to ever save the day.
He's been 10. Ben. Ben.
Yeah, good.
Wow. My fingers are tired. I don't know about you guys. I know Bryce was so tired he stopped.
How'd that make y'all feel?
Really depressed.
It made me feel really happy. I was fighting back laughter. I was like, this is not the snapping. I thought it was gonna be like, oh yeah, snaps. No, it was rhythmic snapping, and we got off track of you, Nolan. I was watching Justin to make sure I was with him.
pretty quickly that I was just doing a completely different thing.
yeah.
Honestly, I was so focused on fucking reading it that I was like,
Yeah, I was focused on reading
because
it.
believe it or not, I have not fucking memorized this. But
Yeah.
So for bonus points, does anybody know what I just read?
The theme song.
How did you know that?
I don't know.
Shit.
It's just an
He's
intuition.
just so fucking smart.
He's just so smart. Yeah.
I don't know how he does it. He does it every time. It always
There's a
surprises
reason
me.
we have a whole segment called Bryce is Right.
He just always is, dude. It's
Yeah.
crazy. All right. But yeah, what did you think about that, Bryce? Beyond being sad, I guess.
Share your deep feelings.
What'd you think about the content? The content of what I said.
I don't know. I don't really wasn't thinking about anything.
That's fair. I wasn't really either. I was just reading.
I was listening to it, but I do like how you said he is the baddest kid to save the day.
True, he is.
Do they mean
made
that
me feel
like?
a little happier?
Do they mean that isn't like he is terrible at the job or like he's?
I think he is like a pretty
Just
shitty
bad.
kid, as we'll
Yeah.
discuss in this.
He's a shitty kid.
Okay,
He's not a great 10-year-old.
I want to
mean,
know
there
more
are
about
better
how
ones.
shit he is.
I feel like
Gwen is actually a far superior. Like I genuinely believe if Gwen got the Omnitrix, this show would be a lot smoother. But
I mean,
you know,
she's got magic.
I feel
She
like
does have magic.
it's hard for a 10-year-old to manage alien powers very well and also like do the other things right. I don't know.
yeah,
You gotta respect the hustle though.
that's fair. Now, in fairness, everything that takes place in Ben 10 occurs over one summer break where he has no other responsibilities at all. And he
Okay.
still manages to almost destroy the planet like over a dozen times.
Nice.
All of which were very avoidable. So that's actually that's the whole thing about this movie is he is because he's a complete moron, he almost destroyed the entire universe. And it's all his own fault. So while that's true, you know, I mean, all he had to do was just sit in an RV and do nothing, and this wouldn't happen. But you know, here we go. All right, so real quickly, let's get to our fellas in this. So, dude, it's so gross,
For
man.
the audience out there, we got everyone that's important in this movie, and for some reason, we have Gwen who is stanced up, squished, and stretched, while everyone else is proportionally fine. She is squished and stretched.
It is very funny.
I had like so much extra room, so I just made Gluto giant. It's actually fucking huge. In
Oh
this
my
page.
God.
I didn't remember doing that. Okay, so real quickly. Oh, dude, I literally completely forgot a character. Fuck it, whatever. All right, so we got Max here. That's Grandpa Max. What you need to know about him is that he's in the show a lot. He's not in this movie a lot. He's their grandfather.
Isn't he like really strong?
Okay, so he's not strong, but he owns a bunch of fucking alien destroying equipment because, you know, the guy who got the
CIA.
Omnitrix, well, he actually worked for an organization of intergalactic alien hunters known as the Plumbers. Now,
yeah, dude, I forgot. I
Dude.
forgot about the plumbers.
yeah, that's just a name they can use to cover up what they actually do. They're like, yeah, I'm a plumber.
The plumbers.
Yeah.
I remember that in the live action anime.
She looked
Anime,
Gwen,
the live action
Anime.
movie.
Gwen looks like she's wearing a Sly Cooper shirt.
She does.
It does kind of look like a
She
Sly
looks like
Cooper
she's ready to like sneak
She
around.
also looks like she's really fucking ripped.
She does look a little swole, doesn't she? That's what happens when your arms are
Nolan, can you do
stretched.
your like your what is that the hippo named in Sly? Like, can you do
Oh,
an
Murray?
yeah? Can you do an impression of Murray like
A Murray impression?
talking
You want me
to Gwen
you
or
want me to-
something?
Talking to Gwen?
Yeah,
Okay, I need you to be Bentley. Does anybody want to do Sly?
Dude, I don't remember what Sly sounds like.
like belly sound. No, not like that.
Yeah, that's not Sly. That's Bentley.
yeah,
That's
was
pretty
trying-
good. That's pretty good. Sly.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, okay. How about this? I'll be Bentley. Justin's gonna be Nolan.
Yeah.
You can be. You can be. Does anybody think they can do Murray? Do you remember what Murray
I
sounds
don't know
like?
what
Bryce?
Murray sounds like.
Kinda, yeah, maybe. Yeah, I got it.
I honestly
got it.
only
okay.
know
Murray's the turtle.
what
you got
Bentley
Sly.
sounds
He's
like.
Bentley's the turtle.
Shit.
Murray's the big guy. Yeah,
Murray's the
I
hippo.
only know.
Sly
the-
kind of just sounds like a cool guy, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Okay.
All right,
It
well,
barely
listen-
sounds different.
Well,
than
let me be
someone would
Sly.
normally sound.
I got a good voice for Sly.
Wait, so who
Okay,
am I again?
so
He'll be
Bryce,
Sly.
you're
I got
nobody.
a cool guy voice.
I can't think of another character from the series.
Okay,
We gotta-
okay.
There was
Oh,
that
did you
one
say
guy.
nobody?
There was
Oh,
that,
I'm fine.
there was that
Okay.
one guy. I think he was not cool, but then he was cool. He was like a lizard man or something. It was named like Victor or like
Dimitri,
Mordecai.
Dimitri.
Yeah, there you go.
There's also Carmelita Fox.
Oh, dude, she's the real goat. I don't.
Do you want me to be Carmelita Fox?
Yeah. You got
Okay.
it.
I also don't know who that she sounds
so
like.
here's what we'll do. So we're gonna have Carmelita Fox. So I'm gonna be Bentley, you're Sly, you're Carmelita Fox, and me and Gwen are gonna walk up to a cabin where y'all are doing what you're doing. Note that y'all have children together eventually. Just making that clear. All right.
Wait,
It's just like real life, I guess.
So
Can I be the director?
all right, Gwen, let's go see what Sly and Carmelita are up to.
Oh, Sly. I thought I told you that we need to get rid of that child.
No, don't worry. I got a plan for it.
Well, I'm just telling you, all you have to do is send him to a boarding school. I just don't want to see his stupid face anymore.
Well, okay, I'm getting rid of him, but like, how can you say that about our child?
Gwen, I think they're having a conversation of serious consequence in there.
Yeah, what are you doing?
No, Sly. We need them to come in. Is it Bentley? Is that your new special friend, Gwen Tennyson?
Yeah. I met her at the Mall of America.
Did you go to the Brookstone and give me like a little RC helicopter?
Yes, and could
Of
you take
course,
this
Sly.
child with you?
Yeah.
Take good care of my child. I hate that kid, but like, I love him. Don't do anything.
Don't
Take
worry,
care of
Sly. One day he'll
we
upstage
like
us
a-
both as thieves.
As I said, are we implying here that because the reason Gwen has the Sly Cooper shirt is because Carmelita and Sly's daughter is Gwen Tennyson?
No. We're saying that she is the foster parent to one of Sly and Carmelita Fox's children. That was what I was trying to go.
Gwen
Yes.
is one of their kids' foster parents?
Yes.
What?
Gwen and Bentley.
That's not the vibe I got at all.
Well, you know what?
That's scary. Wait, Gwen and Bentley? That means they're like in a relationship.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's
You got
frightening.
anything wrong?
It
I
could be.
feel-
It
I
could be
feel
later,
like-
Gwen.
Before we get in prison, we need to cut this shit out right now. But
Okay.
Wait, cut what out?
whatever just happened.
Yeah.
Cut the
let's
whole
get-
thing out?
No, not cut it out.
No.
Not actually cut it
Are
out.
you
Like we're
listening?
talking like stop doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we should stop.
Okay, let's
Bro, you
continue.
don't even know what's going on.
all right. So Gwen's in the show. All right. Ben is too. Vilgax is like the main villain of Ben 10 until he's not anymore after this movie. Turns into Ghost Freak, I believe.
Bro, is Malax's brother.
But he
or
was
Malax?
he's one of the aliens.
Yeah, he's an evil alien who
Ooh.
escapes his watch.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I actually do
escapes
remember that.
Ben's
Yeah.
watch?
Huh?
He
Escapes
escapes the
Ben.
Omnitrix.
Yeah. One of the aliens, one of his original aliens, Ghost Freak, is actually like a intergalactic criminal that was inside Ben's watch. And I believe he's the only member of his race. And he was actually put in there by Azimuth, I believe, the guy who made the watch, in order to make it so that he could no longer be evil. And it didn't work because there were 3 people that were like worked for him that were trying to get him out. And they get him out.
So what you could say is that the Omnitrix is sort of like a prison over it being an encyclopedia.
No,
Oh, okay.
that is not what it's mostly for. That's what it was for in that one case.
Yep.
Now we got Tetrax here. Tetrax is actually a diamond head.
Yeah.
Diamond head ass.
Yeah. I always want to say he's Diamond Dude, but Diamond Dude's the Yu-Gi-Oh card. But yeah, Diamond Head is this why his name is Tetrax, and he's a plumber also, I believe. And he's just friends with Ben because earlier in the show when they were trying to take down 6-6, he showed up and helped them. And 6-6 is in prison because of them. So 6-6 hates them. And 6-6 is also in this movie.
So he's in like space prison.
Yeah. We're going to go to space prisons, don't you worry. And then there's Myax, who is the same species as Vilgax, and assisted Azimuth, the guy who made the Omnitrix and making it. She's like his assistant. And then there's Gluto, who is Tetrax's pilot. He flies his ship for him. He's also a weird character we'll talk about a lot. So he has like him and Gwen have like a weird like Bentley Gwen kind of dynamic.
So
Strange.
you're saying that they have like some other video game couple's kid?
Yeah.
How many kids is Gwen fostering?
Evidently like
Approximately
2.
I was about to say
Two.
approximately 42.
42.
42, dude.
Well, her shirt is showing her allegiance to Fox and Carmelita
It
Fox.
is every
Sly's
single
and
fictional
Carmelita's.
Fox character ever conceived.
Wow.
Okay. You know they really actually do have kids.
I didn't know.
Who?
that.
That does actually
Who?
happen. Sly and Carmelita Fox.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Gwen and Gluto.
Yeah, they actually have a Fox child. I'm
What would
sure
that
you
kid look like?
Disgusting.
Damn,
Fucking
bro. That's
just
kinda,
awful.
That's really judgmental, Chris.
Yeah, what the fuck?
It would
Chris?
look like gelatin person.
It'd be nasty. It'd be the first slime girl.
Bro, you fucking like put that shit in the
Whoa.
oven, make McDonald's
Monster
chicken nuggets.
Musume take notes, bro. This shit was going down in 2005, brother.
2007.
2007, yeah. Okay, so Ben 10 is a TV show for children. I don't know if we got to that yet. I'm sure you could tell so far, but yeah, it was released in 2005, had 4 seasons, all were 13 episodes, and they came out staggered, so it took 2 years for it to come out. It finished in 2008, and then immediately Ben 10 Alien Force came on, which finished in 2010, and was immediately followed by Ben 10 Ultimate Alien, which finished in 2012, which was followed immediately by Ben 10 Omniverse. At this point in time, Omniverse, by the way, has a completely different art style and looks nothing like Ben 10 had until this point, whereas the first 3 shows, even though Omniverse is a direct sequel, all looked the same. And then in 2016, it would receive a complete reboot, which would start the show over again. And it looks even dumber now. It actually looks so weird. But yeah, it's still going. And it also has a live action TV show, apparently, that's supposed to go on HBO Max that they've been talking about since 2012 and as recently as 2019 reconfirmed development.
Holy
So
shit. Bro, it's
that's
gonna be the best
fucking-
thing ever.
it's going to be fucking amazing, I'm
I
sure.
mean, I watched the live action movie and that was not good.
amazing. It was not
good.
amazing. This actually came out the same year as live action movie. This movie did.
Okay.
Yeah. I thought about doing the live action one, then I started watching it and I was like, oh, fuck
Bro,
no.
in one of our prior episodes, did you say the live action versions were always better?
They are. I didn't say they weren't. I just said it wasn't good.
So this one's worse.
It is worse.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so there's also an anime coming out about if Gwen got to watch instead.
Like
That's-
like an actual anime or like a different
Yeah, like
show?
an anime. Yeah.
Okay.
And then briefly, I already mentioned this, but the show's primarily about Ben, Gwen, and Grandpa. And they find a watch that allows them to turn into 10 different aliens. That's only the case for, like I said, a short time. He gets way more than 10 very quickly. He's got all the certified hood classics, and then he gets shit like Wild Vine and Ditto and Eye Guy and Cannonbolt. He loses Ghost Freak at one point, and then he gets Ben Wolf, Ben Mummy, Ben Stein, and a couple others.
Okay, those aren't aliens, but sure.
Yeah, so those are actually things created by the Stein guy who works for Ghost Freak. So that's where those
Sure.
came from.
Nice.
And he's got a couple others like Upchuck, who he also didn't start with.
Yeah.
Upchuck's one of my
Is
favorites.
he the one without what's the one without eyes that like
A
sniffs
Wild
around?
Mutt.
I like Wild Mutt.
Wild Mutt's in this
Wild
movie.
Mutt.
Bro,
Yeah,
I,
he's
I
cool.
like the really, really tiny one.
Yeah, the
Yeah,
smart
Gray Matter.
dude. Gray Matter.
Also-
Yeah, so the guy who made the watch, I'll get to this later, is actually a gray
Gray
matter.
Matter, yeah.
Yeah,
So is he that tiny?
he's really small.
Bro,
And he,
that means
doesn't
he
he
could,
have
like-
like little like mustache?
Yeah, he does.
He could do some really nice precision working on that watch.
Yeah, he's a little tiny man.
Yeah.
So yeah, he can do that.
I want to see. Do you have all these characters, like all the aliens? Because I want to like visualize them.
Yeah,
It's
yeah,
been
yeah.
so long.
On the next slide, every alien that's actually in this movie, I have on the slide.
Bet.
There are only a couple he doesn't turn into. The series also takes place over one summer vacation. The original Ben 10. And much like in the case of Phineas and Ferb, it doesn't make any goddamn sense that's possible. It just doesn't line up at all, obviously.
Yeah.
And another thing that's pretty interesting about this is, given the fact that this all takes place over a single summer, I find it kind of crazy that the planet hasn't already been destroyed, because there's like villains in the show who were already like really fucking old. And I guess just the only reason any of them decided to start committing crime was because Ben exists now. Because if they had done it before Ben existed or any time after the summer, they would have destroyed the planet. So it's really convenient for the main characters that every single crime ever committed on their planet by aliens all occurred during this one summer Ben had to watch.
I mean, just good luck.
Yeah, they really lucked out. And actually, they also lucked out in another way that I'll explain in a
Nothing
minute
more
as we
to
start
it.
this movie.
That's it.
Also, some of their major villains are people like Vilgax, Bozo the Clown. Dr. Animo.
Buggy.
Yeah, it does actually a little bit. His episodes are always kind of supposed to be freaky, and they're not really, but they try to.
Like
and
that one stand that possesses Polnareff in part 3, where he's like in the little amusement park. I was listening to some of our old episodes, and I realized I've actually made so many JoJo references. I'm pretty sure, like,
yeah, JoJo is got a lot of shit going on.
You guys can't see it, but Bryce actually like is doing Joe poses literally the whole time we're recording.
Yeah,
he does.
I mean, I'm doing it right now.
He's just that like smart and talented.
Right now, his foot's next to his left ear.
Yeah, it's a talent.
This, I believe, by the way, I think this takes place. I put prior to the 3rd season. I'm at prior to the 4th season. That's after the 3rd season. So yeah, and if that's wrong, y'all will probably never know. So there you go. That's my rough guess. Okay, so here
all the Ben 10 experts out there.
So
let us know.
Here are the aliens he actually turns into here. Okay.
Stinkfly.
Stinkfly is one of my personal favorites, actually. I also like, I'm also a big fan of Upchuck.
Yeah, I always liked Stinkfly and Cannonbolt. Yep.
So the ones that I don't remember are Upchuck and Way Big. I feel like from what I remember, the ones he used the most, I feel like he was forearms a lot.
Yes.
Also, I feel like he was the dog guy a good bit. Same thing with Heat Blast.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure his most used alien is Heat Blast.
And Heat Blast was always like one of my least favorites.
Heat Blast is so lame compared to
So
some of these others.
basic.
He's just a
Like there
fucking
are some
fire guy.
really interesting.
He's just a
aliens.
human torch, but can't fly.
Yeah, exactly.
Stinkfly. Oh man, what a guy.
Stinkfly.
What is
awesome.
Cannonbolt's power?
He can turn into a big
big ball
and
that
roll
goes.
around. He's like Sonic, but like big.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah.
guessing XLR8 goes fast.
Yep.
Yeah,
He does.
he goes beep, 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 and he's got the little like he's what are they called, like rolling chair wheels that he just grips with his feet.
That's actually really gross. I hadn't really thought about that.
You didn't? That's the first thing I thought of when I saw him.
that is kind of nasty. Like, can he take his feet off of him? Or are those kind of joints?
Yeah, I don't know. I've always thought about that.
Before
It's
he goes
really
into a
weird
fight,
looking.
he puts super glue on his feet so they don't fall off.
Yeah, I guess I never really thought about it. It does look like he's like gripping hard. Like got some fucking like rubber cement on
Wait, so
those
when
hose.
he moves, does he like step or does he slide?
He goes, yeah, like rolls around like kind of like Shadow.
And he has like this
He skates.
Yeah.
yeah, he skates
there
and
you
he
go.
also goes so fast that you can see like the blue streak behind him.
Wait, so if he's gripping it with his feet, like how does he slide? Wouldn't they not roll?
Bro, he's an alien.
That is fair,
Or
actually.
does he have like some kind of power where there's like some kind of force between the ground and his feet, so he just like glides across it, kind of like Shadow and his little
Whoa.
hover skate boots?
That's fair. I'm not sure. He goes fast, bro. You could argue that his speed and Cannonbolt's ball power are where they got the idea for Sonic.
True.
They really
they got the thing for Sonic in 2005.
They really took the note of that ball power.
Yeah, they were like, that's the thing Sonic was
They
missing.
were like, fast and blue.
He's just a fast blue
ball.
hedgehog. And he talks.
Bro, they
Like
got
these guys do.
knuckles, forearms.
Dude. And they got
What's that Tikal wild mutt?
To call. Who is that?
that's the girl knuckles.
Like the cream colored one.
Call.
Vanilla is the cream colored one.
Oh wait,
Okay,
what?
okay.
Wait,
Oh,
what
no,
is?
no, cream is the cream
Yeah.
colored
Oh
one, actually.
wait, well, isn't Tikal also
Is
kind of
Upchuck a
cream?
chow?
Yeah,
colored?
she's like a peachy color.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I like how cream
Wait.
is cream colored.
Wait, maybe cream is Upchuck and gray matter is a chow.
Gray matter is a chow.
Do you like how I made him to scale here?
Yeah.
Could you
know?
make gray matter evil by like throwing it against a wall?
I don't imagine that would work. What's funny is the gray matter who made the watch kind of is evil. He's not a very
Well,
nice
I
gentleman.
think when he was birthed, they threw him against the wall to crack his egg open.
Just slammed him into a wall.
This will sound. I feel like it sounds a lot worse to people who have never played a Chow
Oh,
Garden.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, these are just
Well,
2005
If
references.
they've watched
man.
all our
Yeah.
episodes, we discussed the Chow Garden in
Yeah.
episode 2.
I don't remember that, but okay.
Yeah, we did. Yeah, I talked about you have to physically abuse your animal to make
No,
them
well
evil
there you
on
go.
purpose,
Well, it's
yeah.
canon.
Yeah.
It's canon now, so we
Yeah,
gotta get some
Okay,
lore.
so what happens in this movie?
Okay, so what happens in the movie? I'm glad you asked. We're gonna start off with Dr. Animo. He's like an old man with a metal bowl hat looking shit. It looks dumb as hell.
Metal bowl hat looking shit.
He has it on his head. He's like, ha, 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 animals. And so with his power to control animals, he's decided to create a bomb that would devolve the entire human species all at once. Now, what's funny about this is the only
Like in what way you mean?
like you would devolve the whole human race, return to monkey.
I was about to say, you mean like Return to Monkey?
Yeah.
All right,
Here's the
okay,
thing that's funny
that's
about this
respect.
is this one has two key implications. One, Ben 10, the show writers are inherently non-religious. That's key. I'll bring that back later.
Yeah.
I'll bring that back later.
Darwinism, man.
Yeah, and so that's one important factor we got to take note of. And then the second important one, by the way, I fucking lied. I'm not bringing that back up. But the second important factor is that Ben, the only reason Ben comes to stop this is because prior to setting off this bomb, Ben didn't know existed. He kidnapped Gwen and Max. Now, this brings up a constant thing you'll notice in this movie
Nice.
where the reason why they even get stopped is because they inform Ben they're doing it at all. You could very easily have just not done that and then you would have been fine, but whatever. So he's here. He's like, I'm going to stop you, Dr. Animo. And he's got the fucking heat blast form on. He's like, ha, fire. Yeah, whatever. Man. Okay. So he goes to set off the bomb to blow up the earth and turn them all into monkeys.
Why? Oh, wait, never mind. I was about to ask why he wanted to.
And then, I guess by the way, he's doing this because people bullied him. And to make sure his plan, like I said, to make sure his plan went off without any interruption, he kidnapped Ben's grandpa and cousin, made sure that he knew he was doing
Can I
it so he
just
could stop
say
him.
that Dr. Animo is going to turn into a tiny monkey and his bullies are going to turn into gorillas? That's all I'm going to say.
Probably, bro.
Yeah.
He's definitely got some beta behavior so far.
Yeah.
And so then Ben busts in, like I said, his heat blast, and he goes, "Science class is canceled." And then, by the way, that's one thing Ben does that irritated the fuck out of me the 3 times I watched this.
Wait,
movie.
what is that have to do with science class? Just because it's like fire?
He's a scientist, I guess.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
Dr. Animo is. I don't think it was in reference to himself.
okay.
Ben then fights this bug thing, and then he goes, "I'll barbecue that bug." And then he what he does when he says this is he fires a blast, and you think from the camera angle it's gonna hit this bug. It flies off screen, hits oil barrels, blows up the entire room, and then the whole room is completely fine and nobody in there is injured. Like literally the explosion looks like it encompasses the entire room. And also there was just a fucking like, I'm not talking like an oil barrel. It was literally like 20 of them all just on the ground next to each other. And then the explosion happens. Everyone's fine. And Ben goes, oh no. And I'm like, well, okay. So first of all, Gwen and Max are right there, Ben. First of all. And then second of all, why is everyone okay? I don't understand. And third, and this is like the key thing, why were there 20 fucking oil barrels on the ground right next to each other?
He needs science juice.
He needs science juice.
I guess you need oil
You'd think
to power
that someone who cares about animals would be like clean energy.
Yeah, no. Fuck the environment, but let's go animals. All right. He then shoots a large heat blast at the energy converter, which is this convenient giant circle that looks really important on the device. And he just fires heat at it until it overloads, sends out a giant shockwave. And Ben's like, what's that? And then Gwen's like, well, you don't know what that could do, Ben. What's funny is this plot point is actually reused in the live action movie. This exact same thing happens right at the start of the movie, and it actually causes the exact same thing. But in the live action movie, they go to a reimagining of their world where like the Omnitrix thing didn't exist. And the villain in that was a guy named Eon, who was just Ben from the future where he was evil.
This definitely sounds like some spin-off shit. It's like, yeah, we're fighting myself from the future in a different timeline, but he's evil.
Yeah, so what happens here is Ben's watch starts glowing yellow, okay, after like the pulse happens. Oh, by the way, this pulse blows Ben backwards and blows down all this shit. Gwen and Max just hide behind this little tiny metal sheet and does nothing to them. Now,
nice. Protection.
What's funny is it like blows down like cement blocks and then just doesn't move this tiny metal sheet.
Bro, they put super glue on the bottom.
But yeah, so now it's glowing yellow and Ben's like, what's up with this, man? and then he goes to turn into who does he try to turn into? Oh yeah, he tries to turn into
bug guy.
Somebody, I think the bug guy. I think you're actually right. Yeah, and then he actually turns into gray matter on accident, which is because the watch is fucking broken now. And he's like, well, what could have happened? What's going on? And so he's gray matter now.
Is that his gray matter voice?
Yeah, and he gets on his hoverboard as gray matter. He has a hoverboard.
Gray matter has a hoverboard, or
he just has one. Yeah, he got it from.
Wouldn't that be hard to ride as a small man?
I was gonna say, isn't the hoverboard still proportionally as large?
Like it's fucking huge compared to him. Yeah, and so he's flying over.
Why would he have to think about like what is wrong with this thing when he's extremely smart now?
By the way, real quick, Dr. Animo just goes, all right, Ben, you foiled my plan. I'm leaving. So he just leaves. And Ben's like, no, we got to stop him. So
I guess he foiled it by destroying the energy thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. And so I guess it completely Nolan voided all that work, which I don't think is what would actually happen. But
Nolan void.
Nolan void.
Fuck me, man. All right. Now, he goes over to get Dr. Animo and he's like,
is he running away? Is Dr. Animo
running away? So he's on the fucking thing and he gets over to Dr. Animo. Dr. Animo's like, I'm gonna fuck you up. And he like knocks the hoverboard into a vat of acid. Now, at this point, Dr. Animo looks around. He picks up gray matter and he looks around the room and he says, oh, that one vat of acid on the screen out of like 30 of them that has a chain hanging over it. I'm throwing you with that one. He throws him at that one. Ben grabs the chain and lives. I shit you not. In the scene, there are literally like probably close to 15 of these, all without a chain on top. And he throws him at that one.
What is this warehouse? With just
I believe it's in a sewer.
What?
I imagine they were like in some kind of ship or something.
Yeah,
this would have been
sewers.
This would have been awesome if he was hanging on the chain as gray matter and would have been like
picking on the little guy, Dr. Animo. Your bullies would be so proud.
Yeah. But, so now that's happened, Ben does this thing. I don't even remember how he does it. He slams Dr. Animo into a wall, knocks him out.
Wait, he's like so tiny though.
Yeah, I don't actually remember what he does here. I remember that happening though, because my immediate thought is, so they knocked him out and they didn't do anything to him.
Just
They
fucking
literally just
kill
left him
him.
on the ground there.
Kill
I'm like,
him.
wait a second. If him running away was such a big deal, why leave him there when you knocked him out? That's functionally the same thing as if you just ran away.
Now he's had a concussion.
That's fair.
So he might have CTE now. That's what Ben was going for.
Yeah, well, Ben also lost his hoverboard for this. This seems like a miscalculation.
Yeah, you're right.
So now we're in a mall. And Gwen and Ben is pretending to throw punches at a mannequin. He's like, "Yo, come here, bitch, come on." And they're just in the mall doing this, and the
Wait, he's not
employees.
gray matter anymore?
No, he's Ben.
No, they're in the mall.
He didn't even try to like figure anything out.
No, they're in the mall.
Super smart.
That's it. They're in the mall.
Not at all. Okay, so now they're in the mall. He's throwing punches at this mannequin. The employee comes over and she's like, "Hey, can you fucking stop?" And he's like, "Fine." And Gwen's having a fun time shopping. She's like, "I never get to do normal kid stuff." And Ben's like, "Lame. Can we fucking leave, Max?" And he's like, "Sometimes your cousin needs to be a normal person." And then Ben's like, "Oh, fucking loser shit." And then his watch explodes. He flies backwards, slams into Gwen, then into a clothing rack, and then into the employee, and they get kicked out of the mall indefinitely. So there's
good
that.
thing they literally drive all around the U.S. so
Yeah.
they can just go to any other mall.
Yeah, so now they're in the middle of a forest and a
better
plane.
believe we'll never
And
Wait, was that the Mall of America?
I just said I don't think it was Mall of America, but yeah, now they're in the middle of the forest, about to go to sleep. Grandpa Max says we could use a good night's rest to get over this. A fucking alien ship lands right next to them, and it's Tetrax, and
That's the main bad guy, right?
no,
Or
that's
that's his brother.
That's the Diamond Head guy.
Oh,
Yeah.
he's good though, right?
Yeah, he is.
Oh,
He
he's
is
a
good.
homie.
So the Diamond Head guy's pulled up and he's like, "Yo, Ben, I saw that the watch entered self-destruct mode." And I'm like, "Oh, okay."
I remember
I'm
this.
glad
dude.
that he just knew that happened.
Yeah.
He says, "Yeah, I saw that it entered self-destruct mode. You're going to explode within 4 days." And he's like,
Like within 4 days, or
Within
in
4 days.
or in 4 days.
within, it said less than 4 days.
Okay.
I should have mentioned that, but I mean, I've definitely seen this movie because the moment you said it turned yellow and you got in trouble with it, I was like, well, it went into self-destruct mode. I just knew that.
So he's like, "No worries, though. I know a way to find the guy who made it with pinpoint accuracy. Get on my ship. Let's go." And he's like, "Okay, yeah." And Grandpa Max is like, "Okay, Ben, be safe." Yeah. And Ben's like, "Are you mad that I like lost your hoverboard?" And he's like, "Yeah, no, I literally don't give a shit, Ben." And he's like, "Oh, okay." He's like, yeah. Here's the new hoverboard. Here you go." And he's like, "Oh, thanks, guy." And then he meets Gluto. He meets the slime guy.
He's
Guy's
the pilot, right?
Yeah, the pilot.
Okay.
Gluto's like, and he's like, yeah, I agree, slime guy. And so they're like, yeah. And then we find out that Ben's never been to space before, but he literally lies about it for no reason. And so Ben's like, "I'm floating around," and he's like, "Artificial gravity engaged," and Ben slams head first into the ground.
Classic.
And receives much needed brain damage, I'm sure.
CTE,
And then
You get CTE.
yeah.
How can they give everyone in this show
Let's say
CTE?
concussion number 2.
I mean,
Yeah.
technically, Gwen got slammed through a mannequin and then into another person.
Yeah, Gwen probably did receive some CTE.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Space CT.
By the way, Gwen and Max are basically just not in the rest of this movie like at all.
Damn.
Oh no, Gwen.
Yeah.
Do we get Kevin 11?
No, he's not in this.
He's not in this at all.
No, not at all. Vilgax is in the movie now, by the way. He's like, "Oh, they see the Omnitrix is in space. What is Tennyson planning?" So there we go. Okay, next
Wait, so
thing.
does everyone have a Omnitrix tracker?
I guess fuck it. So yeah, I was gonna point that out. Everyone just always knows where it is.
Or
And
is
I'm
it
like,
just-
how the
or is-
fuck do they know
Is
this?
that just some kind of thing where like it's like a power level thing where they can sense the power of the Omnitrix or some shit like that?
I guess so. That's the best explanation I have.
You know,
It's like the most complicated technology ever. I don't know how they can just be like, "Oh yeah, I know exactly where that is at all times."
I mean,
you know, I was about to say I
Power
think it's
levels,
kind of
man.
stupid that Vilgax is like so like whoa, it's in space. But honestly, if you think about it, if he attacked that one ship right now, I'm sure he'd be fine. It would probably be easier for him than going to Earth and like having to deal with all of that shit.
Yeah,
But
that's
he isn't
fair.
going to attack, is he? Yeah, he's
Nope.
not.
No, he's
Nope.
not. Well, he
Not
did
at all.
earlier and it didn't work, and so now he's being a conniving bitch in space.
Wait, he attacked already in this?
Yeah, in the show he did.
Oh, in the show.
Yeah, a lot of the villains already know who Ben is. So here's my favorite thing that happens for a little bit in this movie. So there's a part here where, okay, this whole sequence is fucking crazy. So Ben sits down on this table and Tedrick is like, this isn't going to hurt at all. And he's like, how do you know? He's like, what do you mean? He's like, you're made of diamond. And he's like, fair point. And then he just turns on the machine and Ben's like, and so he's like doing this shit to him. And he's like, okay. I'm sure they put their signature on the watch somewhere. He's trying to figure out who the fuck it is.
He said he already knew though.
Yeah, he said he already knew how to find it. He's like, yeah, I'm assuming greatly that they just put their signature on here.
Yeah.
Dude, he's about to make
Is
an
this
ass
one of
out
those
himself.
moments where they take the watch off of Ben and then for some
Well, they can't get the watch
inexplicable reason give it back to him?
It's not possible to take it. It is not taken off until the end of Ben 10 Original.
Oh,
That is actually true. He does not get it off until the entire end of the original show.
okay.
Yeah, but so what happens is, he's like, and while that's happening, Tetrax is on this machine. He's like, oh, look, he's like, okay, so Ben, I can't seem to find any signature on here that says who made it. And Ben's like, well, my dad, whenever he got my mom a watch for their anniversary, he engraved his name on the bottom.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
good thinking, Ben. So he checks the bottom.
How?
How
And
does he check the
yeah.
bottom?
He checks the bottom. He's got this little like device that is like a hologram version of it.
Oh.
It's like an exact
of
replica.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he goes to check the bottom and
And
he's
it's
like,
there?
and he looks in and he's like, there's like,
they have to zoom in super
yeah, they
far.
zoom in and there's like these 6 like needles in a seemingly random fucking placement. He's like, their signature, it's right here. And he's like, and he sees the signature. He's like, okay, this means they're in the jail planet. And I'm like, how does that mean they're on the fucking jail planet? How did he know that based on the signature?
Everyone knows signatures tell us location. They don't tell us name.
Also,
Yeah, so
I like how he was looking for the signature and couldn't find it, and Ben was like, check on the bottom, bro.
yeah,
exactly.
I like how he was very unthorough. He's like, okay, Ben, jig is up. We can't do it.
I definitely was like, it's got to be on the bottom.
So
right?
if Ben
Like-
just like was an orphan like every other main character, the show would have just ended.
What happened to his parents? They're dead. They have to be dead, right?
No, they're alive.
Wow.
Ben and Gwen just have
Yeah,
parents.
but they're on summer vacation. That's why they're not there.
Yeah, they're not there because they're on like
they're
the
on a
trip.
trip with Grandpa.
Yeah. God, this movie's fucking stupid, dude. Okay. They sense an intruder immediately after all this happens. They go into this like cargo bay looking area with this giant door that says "Do not open." And after
Some
being in
Monster
space,
Inc. Is that what's about to happen?
Ben is wild mutt. He's walking around. He's
Why did he turn into it?
To search.
Wait, oh, okay.
So Ben was gonna
yeah.
turn into Accelerate, by the way, and
someone,
it forced him to be wild mutt.
yeah,
instead.
someone intruded. That's why.
Yeah, and he's like looking around. He's like, and then he walks around the corner, and it's just Gwen. Gwen just snuck on. I lied. She's in the movie.
Whoa! These lies.
So he sees Gwen. Look, Gwen is like, "What are you doing, dork?" And he's like,
Yeah.
He looks over without speaking. I cannot stress how fucking stupid this is. There's this giant red module. He looks at Gwen, and for seemingly no reason, he turns and looks at this red module, looks up at the door with no words, just slams the button, opens up the door, and then they're fucking all getting sucked out of the ship now. And I remember thinking, I watched this scene back probably 30 times. I was trying to see if there was any indication of a reason he would have done this. There's fucking not. He just, without speaking, as soon as Gwen acknowledges his existence, just decides, fuck you.
Okay.
Die.
Let's rationalize.
Gwen, for the
this.
record, should have died immediately. He was at least an alien.
Let's rationalize this, Nolan. Wild Mutt can't see colors, right? Wild Mutt sees in like sort of like touch sense of like
He
sound
smelled
waves,
that
echolocation.
echolocation. So he's looking at
Touch
this
sense.
touch sense.
Yeah.
That's
I
how.
mean, yeah,
Because
that's what it
echolocation does use your sense of touch.
So echolocation. So he sees this button, but he doesn't see the colors red. Therefore, he doesn't know that it's a bad button.
Oh,
So
that is
maybe
true.
he thinks it's the button that's like has like, you know, the drop down thing that
crushes
says
her.
welcome, welcome. You know, like a banner flies down, a bunch of confetti, and
Yeah, it wasn't a green button. He
It
didn't
was-
know.
yeah,
that.
yeah, he didn't know
He,
that-
I think honestly, he thought it was a green button.
I thought it was a green button. I thought that, and you told me it was a red button, but I thought it was green.
That's fair because you couldn't see it and
Yeah,
neither could he. So yeah,
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's fair. They almost die. They don't. Okay, whatever.
How do they get out of that?
Huh?
How do they not die?
Oh yeah, Tetrax just shows up and turns it off. Yeah.
Okay. Great.
Also,
my God.
oh no! You know what? That's not what they do. They destroy the console thing completely.
And then,
I'm like-
and then it closes.
Yeah,
Okay.
'cause I'm pretty sure
course.
Tetrax just comes from off screen, just destroys it.
I feel like that would just keep it open.
Keep it open. Yeah,
Yeah,
that's what I thought.
yeah,
I remember thinking
definitely.
the same thing.
It would definitely keep it open.
So yeah, they find out in this scene, by the way, that every single time Ben transforms, it's going to explode even faster. Man, does he not give a shit about this at all in the movie? Also,
He's a 10-year-old. He doesn't realize what getting exploded feels like.
Yeah,
I mean,
especially
I
because the
don't either.
explosion would blow up the whole universe.
What?
I don't know if I brought that up yet. Yeah, it would blow up the
No, you
entire
didn't.
universe. He actually doesn't know this yet, but yeah, you do now. They find out that, and then they go to we're on the prison planet. Okay, so they're here. They fly in, and there's this part where there's like this really fucking oddly tense scene where they're like, "Give us your passcode." And he's like putting it in and he can't get it right. And I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's literally like a minute scene where Tetrax just gets it wrong and then it fails. And Ben's like, and then fucking like he just keeps doing it. And I swear they just killed time with this scene. It's literally just to kill a minute of the movie because when he gets it right, they don't even like make a deal out of it. They just immediately fly and they're just there. So they get out and as they're about to step out, Tetrax is like, well, Ben, you can't just walk around here. Human is one of the greatest delicacies in the galaxy. Also, you're the reason like so many of the people here are here. So maybe don't want to do that.
Why is he? Why?
Because he will like gets them arrested.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I thought you were talking about like I didn't know they were like in. So this prison planet is like just the whole planet is a prison.
Yeah.
Okay, I thought they were like
By
in
the way,
some kind of town
this is
on prison planet.
This is the shittiest prison ever. Okay, so it's literally just literally a planet-sized prison where there is no cells or anything like that. They just walk around freely like a fucking like maniac zone, and they can do anything they want in this place. And it's really funny because the only parameters that limit what you can do is, I guess, the plot convenience. So, fun fact here, when they get here, he's like, you and Gwen need to wear a suit. And he's like, okay, cool, get us our suits. He only has one suit, so they share it. Gwen loses in rock, paper, scissors. So she has to hold him up on her shoulders. And I don't know if you've ever had anybody on your shoulders for an extended period of time. When you were 10, wouldn't probably work for more than a couple seconds. Luckily, Ben sees a person with tentacles immediately, and he's like, that's them. That's Vilgax. He attacks them, blows all their cover.
I mean, you saw how ripped Gwen was.
Yeah, Gwen is
Gwen
really
is pretty ripped,
and
actually.
she's got
She's
some
on.
That's a fair
broad
point.
shoulders.
Yeah, honestly,
She's got some nice sitting shoulders.
She's got space muscles.
some good shoulders for sitting.
Do you think
Yeah.
she's like a chicken champion?
Probably.
What does that mean?
It's
I
like the
fucking
Yeah, you
don't
never
know.
played
the,
chicken?
The game that you
Oh, I
play.
do
Like
know what
Duck
you're
Duck
talking
Goose?
No.
Wait,
Duck, duck, goose?
what are you talking about?
the
Chicken?
game
Chicken
when,
in a pool.
Yeah, and you're in the pool and you get on each other's shoulders and like fucking.
Oh, I
Yeah.
love that game, dude. I am a great bottom.
Okay.
Nice.
Wait,
Yeah,
Gwen
go.
and someone else versus Justin and someone else. Who
No,
is,
I'm a great
who is the better?
I think Gwen
bottom
could
part of
just
the
swing
chicken?
the top person at Justin and knock him out
Justin, I can be your top.
Okay.
Okay, that gives him a lot of height.
Yeah.
cold. Does give him a lot of height. Also, Bryce is wearing a beanie for protection.
Yeah.
So his
Do you
head's
think?
nice and
Do you
firm.
think
Yeah, have a
I could
helmet
get
on.
on top of Gwen, like on her shoulders?
What if we had Chris on top of Bryce?
I think so.
And then Bryce was on top of me.
You are really good at chicken if you're holding.
Yeah, just
up,
get
like,
underwater.
He's a great
400
bottom.
pounds.
Then what's they're just having an extra person to make you be underwater.
Yeah. If you're good at holding your breath, like you won't fall down.
Okay, but
I don't necessarily
this
think that's
is
true.
this is like actually something like 370 pounds, 380 pounds.
How
combined.
heavy are you?
I'm like
Wait, just two of us?
35.
How heavy are you?
Like one's 55.
Holy shit, I'm more
Oh,
than you.
God. Y'all are almost over 400.
Yeah, that's 390.
That would be heavy as fuck.
I can do it.
I think he can too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Too bad
Maybe
Gwen
honestly, he should be on top though. I don't.
What are
So
you?
I-
Wait,
I told
it's
you- I
it's
told
the
you I'm a
three
good
of y'all.
top.
Okay, so y'all. Well, let's say y'all were against. Like, do y'all think y'all could beat Gwen and Ben if like Ben was on top in forearms?
Fuck no. Bro, he literally like punched me and just cut my head off. Like with like, pure force.
But you
cut
have
it
you have
off.
the helmet on.
Oh yeah, you're right. That wouldn't
He
work.
does.
Oh well,
But what
he
about
he would hit my head and then his fist would
You
bounce
would just
back.
grab your arms and rip them off your body. What's funny is he could hold your like midsection with his other arms and use his top arms to like do the fucking.
Okay,
like,
well, if
it's like the Goro fatality.
I'm
from
not
Mortal Kombat.
saying I could fatally injure him, but I would imagine if we're playing chicken, we're not trying to like actually gravely injure each other. Like playing chicken, he's like, yeah, you can just kill you. Like
that is a little.
like when I'm playing chicken with people, I'm not trying to actually like punch their head, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Ben
You know,
takes things a little more
Ben, I was
seriously.
gonna say Ben is he's just built different, you know.
Ben literally well, that wasn't his fault technically, but he did blast people through a mannequin.
I just feel like Ben's a fucking idiot. So like, we could probably outsmart with Bryce. How smart he is, we could totally outsmart.
I mean, I could just
Ben.
like think really hard and he would just explode.
yeah.
Bryce
is mega
powers,
awesome brain pain.
powers amplified by the beanie.
No aliens.
Okay, so let's. Like I said, he blew their cover. Now,
I was about to say, what was happening? I do
okay,
not
so
remember.
Ben attacked the first person he saw. Basically, it was like a girl version of Vilgax. That it was the Myax chick, and she's like, "What the hell's your problem, bro?" And so now everyone just starts attacking Gwen, Ben, and
Tetrax.
Tetrax. And so these giant aliens, you're thinking, okay, these big aliens, Ben can't transform, Gwen can't transform. She's got a little bit of magic.
Wait, why can't Ben transform?
Because it makes it blow up faster.
I mean,
Even though he already transformed in the scene, actually, I forgot to mention that. Like transformed into Upchuck immediately.
which one's that? Which one's that? That's the
That's the one
kinda
that-
small,
That's the
right?
little one that
He shoots
throws
out
up.
acid.
Yeah, he eats shit and then vomits out acid.
Okay.
He has like these like fucking like 4 like tendril tongues. It's really fucking nasty.
Does he like grab food with it? And you,
yeah, he like grabs metal and just eats that shit and then turns into acid.
Okay.
Can you give
Yeah.
us a like a performance of how that would sound?
No, it doesn't really sound like anything. He just does it.
He does it and he goes. There you go.
That's not what it sounds like, though. Well, you know what? If it's 4 tendrils, if we all make that sound at the same time, maybe that's what it sounds like.
All right,
Okay.
are we
Ready?
Okay.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
We are now an alien.
Dude, that whenever Justin laughed, it sounded like a fucking bomb went off.
Yeah.
Just like, and he not only did he start like he burst out laughing, he like shot backwards and fell down. It's like his mic was a goddamn
Yeah.
bomb and just fucking exploded.
All right.
I wasn't even looking directly into his eyes, man.
You have
That's
really
fair.
pretty eyes.
So as soon as they Ben attacked this person for just no fucking reason. So as soon as Ben just decided to attack this person for no reason, Tetrax gets attacked from behind by 6'6", who's just there. He just happened to be right next to him.
No.
A bunch of other aliens start attacking Ben and Gwen, and they pick up pipes and start knocking them out in one hit every time. I'm not shitting you. That actually happens. And then there's a scene here that really fucking got to me. This is another scene I replayed a lot. So there's a part here where I watched this whole scene and the rest of the movie before this, beginning to end, multiple times, just so I was sure that this didn't make sense. There's a part here where Gwen knocks someone out. And then Tetrax does, and Gwen goes, no context, I promise. Whoa is right.
allegedly.
So this is, I think, a reference to something that I think got cut out of the movie. Because I want to point out something. I think they ended up making an 1.5-hour movie, and they thought this was going to be in a time slot with no commercials, and instead it was. So I think there are 20 minutes of this movie that exist somewhere that aren't in it, because this is not the only time where they mention something or have a scene happen that's in reference to something that clearly didn't happen. It happens multiple times. And this is just one of the more extreme examples where she just references a line that's not in the film. So that's really cool. Also, Vilgax's girl is like, yeah, I helped make the watch. I know where he is. Let's go. And she's like, they're like, oh, okay, this is really the same plot line from earlier. There's also around the time where Ben starts getting told by Tetrax, she's like, Ben, are you a hero because you found the watch? Or are you a hero and that's why the watch found you? And Ben's
I don't think the answer is either.
I don't think either are right. I think he's hardly a hero at all. He just by happenstance keeps getting assaulted. And
honestly, it seems more like he's really happy to be able to go full berserk with his alien powers. And morally, it feels right that he can fuck up someone who's doing something quote unquote evil by shooting fireballs at them.
Yeah, that's true. Also, there's like a whole thing here where Ben's like super selfish and like he's like not a good hero, and Gwen's like, yeah, you really suck ass. You suck. And he's like, I don't suck. I'm Ben. And then there's a part where they gotta escape.
My name's not Suck.
So yeah, so there's this whole part where they're like, dude, we need to escape this prison. We'll never escape this prison. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, Galuto, who was just with them seconds ago, appears with the ship. And he's flying it. They get in the ship. They're flying off. All these gun turrets start shooting at them. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, it's going to be one of those things where for some reason they can't hit them. No. They're hitting them every time. It's just not doing anything. Literally every single bullet hits their ship dead on. And none of them do anything. And then they're just like, how are we ever going to escape? Well, we're not going to make it. I'm like, from what? You're getting hit by every bullet and it does nothing to you.
Just fly away.
Then there's this part where they're flying at this wall for like dead ass a minute straight. And they're like, how are we going to veer out of the way of that wall? How are we going to make it? And then literally like in the last frame possible, he just goes, and then they're gone. They escape. And they're like, wow, that was a close one. We almost didn't make it out of there. And I'm like, God. That's not true.
What?
You actually did fine. You did really good, actually.
Congratulations.
His ship is just indestructible, luckily. Until it's not in a minute here. But yeah, it's just fucking completely indestructible. And then there's a part here where she goes, yeah, I didn't actually make the watch. This is when she tells them this. And they're like, wow, give me a reason I shouldn't kill you right now. And she's like, because I could tell you where the guy is who did. And he's like, well, if you're lying, I'm going to murder you where you stand. She's not lying, luckily. So there's also a part here where one of the other prisoners and 6'6" grabbed the wing of the plane and they're just hanging on there.
Nice.
They're just hanging onto the wing. And 6'6" looks back and there's a rip jaw, which is like the like little like sea
the
creature
fish guy
one
with the angler fish one.
The one Ben can turn into.
What?
It looks like it's got like Joker colors, like it's white and green, and it looks like an anglerfish man.
Anglerfish man, and this guy's like one of the members of his species is grabbing onto the wing, and 6'6" looks back, and the guy's like, we did it, yes. We got out. And 6'6" looks back at him and shoots him in the head. And he flies off into space and dies. And then 6'6" also just falls off for seemingly no reason. And he's just gone.
Maybe because he was using one of his holding arms to shoot someone in the face.
For no reason.
Isn't this a kid's movie?
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure the guy had no like blood or indent at all. It just knocked him off. And we can assume he had died in the vastness of space.
Well, you know what happens when you assume.
Yeah,
he's coming back. Is that what you're saying?
That's your issue, though, bro.
Okay, so they find out that the guy's on a planet called Xenoc. Then there's a scene here where they're all in the room and the Omnitrix explodes again and blows everyone against the wall. And they're like, "Whoa, that's crazy!" And she's like, "Dude, how far along is this shit?" And he's like, "That's pretty bad." She's like, "Have you just fucking been transforming like it doesn't matter?" And he's like, "Yeah, I have." And she's like, "Are you fucking stupid?"
And he's like, "I'm 10.
I'm smart." And she's like, no, no, you're not. And so luckily, the Omnitrix actually is a homing device to the exact location of the guy who has the Omnitrix. So she's like, yeah, we can just plug this number in. Boom. We found out where he is. So that's her plan. That was her plan, is to just use a thing on the Omnitrix that I guess Tetrax also didn't find when he was doing a great job looking at it.
Yeah.
That just tells him exactly where the guy is. So they're on their way there. It's on a planet called Xenoc.
Well, I was going to say, I think it's really convenient for them that the watch, when it's going to explode because he's using it too much or it's on self-destruct mode, will destroy the entire galaxy,
Mhm.
but like the short circuits kind of don't. When they kind of just blow them back,
Yeah.
they don't like create a nuclear explosion or something like that. Or
Yeah.
anything bigger.
The scale
they
goes
aren't-
so much bigger
yeah.
whenever it
Yeah,
finally
it's like
explodes.
it's like we're just blowing you back now and not actually injuring you. But if you do it again, like you're gonna destroy the entire galaxy.
You are going to literally evaporate it.
So there's a part here where they're like, okay, so here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna fucking strap Ben to the ceiling of the ship, okay, or onto the roof, and he's going to like use the Omnitrix, and whenever the Omnitrix is going the right way, it's gonna beep at Ben. So we're just gonna have him like do this and navigate us, and the first thing that happens is there's an asteroid coming right at them. He points it at the asteroid. Okay, he's like, it says to go left away from the asteroid, and he says, go right. So they slam into the asteroid. It does nothing to their ship at all. And they're like, Ben, how could you? And I'm like, it seems like it doesn't matter. And then, Vilgax shows up right then and blows a hole in the top of the ship instantly. And I'm like, okay, hold up.
It wasn't Vilgax in the prison.
No.
He was
Okay.
watching.
Vilgax has just been chilling. And by the way,
Okay.
6-6 was on his ship. I guess he just flew straight to Vilgax.
Okay, yeah.
That was not in the movie. That just happened.
I thought he was in the prison, but it was his look-alike female watch homie.
So
instead.
So 6-6 is just now with Vilgax, and he's
Thinking
like,
about how 6-6 is with Vilgax made me feel like I aged like another 3 hours and I became extremely tired.
dude, wait, there actually is a scene where Vilgax is with 6-6 and he just starts beating the shit out of him for no reason.
I was gonna say, are they homies or are they just together?
They just
because
They
kinda
just
like-
have a mutual
I was gonna
hatred.
say they're like we're both evil, so we're
They're just both evil. Yeah. So there's a part here where Vilgax walks into the fucking room with the like all the fucking people. And by the way, whenever Ben slams them into the asteroid, Gwen goes, "This is the reason why we don't let him use the map book when we're driving." And I'm like, hold the fuck up. One, I forgot GPS wasn't really a thing yet in 2005. And two, the other thing that's important here is he's fucking 10. I would sure hope that your grandfather's got that covered, especially because you're in an RV. But holy fucking
or
cow!
anyone over the age,
And
of,
not to
13.
mention this is why like you expect him to be like going to oncoming traffic. You know, like
I'm sure it's a lot harder to do on a highway than in outer space. Also,
wait. If he told them to go right, wouldn't they see that there's an asteroid right there?
You would think so. This pilot must not have eyes. He also doesn't have skin anymore. Here's why. So there's a part where.
Ben?
Okay, so let me explain this. So Gluto, Vilgax walks into the room Gluto's in, and he says to Gluto, he walks in and Gluto goes, and then he fucking like just turns into a puddle and just dies. And Vilgax is like, it appears we've scared the pilot out of his skin.
What?
And then Gwen's in the room, and Gwen's like, Gluto, no. And so she just starts flinging rocks at him with her power. And then there's a part where Gluto reappears alive again and just starts swinging hands at Vilgax. And Vilgax goes, just slams him into the ground. And then he grabs a fucking piece of cement. I don't know where the fuck. It literally looks like cement. I don't know where he got this from. This ship is made entirely of metal.
I was supposed to say, no, it's from the, it's the ground.
Yeah, so he
ground,
picks up the cement and slams it into fucking Gluto, and Gluto like splatters all over the ground and just dies. And then Gwen's like, no!
And then starts
and she
throwing more
runs
rocks.
off. She runs off. And then she gets chased by 3 of Vilgax's like little soldiers. By the way, he has thousands of these. I don't know why he didn't send any more. She gets chased by these like little soldiers, and she goes into this room that's like a fucking murder chamber. I don't even know. So she walks in and she like tricks them all into getting inside this device that just like shreds them to pieces. And I'm like,
wait, does she
what was this room for?
So
Why
does
did
she
she know
like
that worked?
wait, does she do some kind of fast step and maneuvers to make them get in it, or does she like you say convince them to get
Yeah,
in?
she like used her power to like trick them in there, and then I was just like, what the fuck? Why was this on the ship at all?
No, is this where you're going to tell us we're only like 25 minutes into this 80-minute movie?
No, we are not 25 minutes, and we're almost halfway through.
Dude, it feels like we're almost done.
Okay,
I was expecting you to say like, and that has been 20 minutes.
Okay, so then I wrote down here, Ben starts flying towards the planet. Okay, I'm like, okay, cool, Ben, let's go. Flying right at the planet that they're trying to go to. And then there's this part where he's just now flying back towards the ship again. And I'm like, wait a second.
Wait,
when did that happen?
Ben is flying all alone onto the planet?
Yeah, because he was on top of the ship. Now he's not. So now they're all on top of the ship, and then they all go back into the ship. And I'm like, when did Ben get back to the fucking ship? And then, okay, so let's move on to the next slide. All right.
Wait, but Vilgax is there.
Yeah, he is. We'll get to this. Oh, okay. We got our. I forgot this was right here. All right, so we got our newest installment of The Bryce is Right.
Yeah.
I actually fucked up this question. So I was going to ask you, how many aliens does Ben have at the start of the show? The answers you can give are 10, 100, 10,000, or 10 million.
Isn't that just? Never mind.
I'm gonna guess 10.
Yeah!
Let's go.
That was a good guess, bro.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Can you name 10 Ben's original 10 aliens? Any that were not original makes it wrong.
He's got
This was not stated.
Mutthead.
What did you say?
He said
He's
Mutthead.
got fire.
Okay,
he got
well, you
fire
got it
guy.
wrong.
Yeah, he is not an original 10.
Mutthead. What's funny is that now that you mention this, Bryce actually gets this right because I forgot one of the 10. So let's go. Yeah. I didn't mention Upgrade. That's the only one I didn't mention.
Oh, and I loved him. He's like a little blob with the little like on switch on his
Oh,
fucking
yeah, I know
eye.
all about him.
Okay, which alien has 4 arms and is big and is known for the fact they have 4 arms?
Forearms.
It's right. Ooh, let's go, dude. That's really
Bryce
impressive.
on a roll.
Dude, he's killing it today. He's got everyone right so far. Whoa,
Whoa,
that's not what the
slow
segment's
your
called.
fucking roll, Nolan. That's really rude.
Okay. What year did each of the first 3 Ben 10 shows come out?
2005.
Okay.
I know one was in 2010.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
2012.
Isn't there one more?
No, that wasn't quite right. So it was 2005, 2008, 2010.
Okay, I didn't know if there was one in between. Dude, Chris seemed very distraught that I got that.
I
wrong.
thought he was gonna get it. He said 2010, and I was like, he's going for the middle one.
I was going for the other one.
Yeah, you
The-
were
the
going for
later
the one
one.
that like got a
Okay.
different.
It's okay. He's still on a roll.
Style.
Doesn't he? Never mind.
You know,
And final question. What is Grandpa Max to Ben and Gwen in the show?
honestly, I think he is the grandpa. That one,
We just don't make them like this often.
That was an 80.
That one
was
gave me
impressive.
some tough times right there.
Yeah, I was gonna say, me personally, looking at these questions, these might have been the hardest questions on Bryce is Right I've ever seen.
I really racked my brain on this hard because I literally forgot to make this until last night at like 2 a.m. So I really made some toughies this week.
Justin is raising his hand. I think
what's
he
up?
wants the teacher to respond.
Yeah. Okay. What's up?
Isn't next episode the last day of the semester?
Nah. I moved that back to the 13th because Black Clover's fucking longer than I remembered.
Okay, so episode 13 is going to be the final exam.
Yeah. He gets a unique one next week though.
Okay.
I think some of these questions are maybe my favorites ever. Definitely the two that how many aliens does Ben have? 10, okay, that's,
Yeah, you've never done multiple choice.
There actually
somehow.
is a part, funny enough, if you're a super fan like me.
Ben 10,000.
Ben 10,000, yeah.
Yep.
There's an actual part where they meet Ben from the future and his name is Ben 10,000 because he has 10,000 aliens.
Is he smarter?
Oh, I would assume.
He's
so.
just,
I mean, he's older and he has a kid that looks
more
exactly like
normal.
Ben.
Oh, okay.
So he has a kid that
Yeah.
looks like himself.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's got a beard.
Yeah, he does have a beard.
Who's
and
the mommy?
Gwen is not the mama. That was bad timing. Bad timing. The mother of his kids most likely a chick named Julie. Because they actually have canonical love interests in the show. Ben's dating a chick named Julie, like the entire older portion of the show.
So
and
Julie?
Gwen and Kevin are dating like the entire part.
I was
where they're
hoping
older.
that Kevin and Ben would have a kid.
See, me too. Especially because Kevin can turn his body like metal. So there's this like
he's
thing.
kind of a hard guy.
Yeah, he has these little he has this little bag of like marbles that have like different things, and he can like turn his body into those by absorbing them. And I'm like, you know what's kind of sick about that is he could literally make his dick literally rock hard.
I mean,
Okay, can Ben turn
if he turned
into
it into like a rock, could he feel though? I guess he could.
Probably. Also, another thing I want to know is like if he did that, like let's say his dick was already rock, right? Could it get erect after?
ejaculate?
That's an even more interesting question.
Is it-
Like,
is
It's like a
just
goddamn
dust?
just
volcano.
like lava. Some murder, bro.
Space lava.
Can Ben turn into an alien that is a female? Or
I don't know.
Like,
I don't think so.
Or does he just have like the specific race and he just like turns into a male version of that? Or he has
I
like,
think there are specifically members of the race he turns into, but
but
none
they
of
all
them
just,
seem
they
like they're
all
girls
just
to me.
happen to be male.
Yeah, they're all guys.
or I mean, honestly, we don't know how these aliens like, they reproduce.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
we
So it
true.
could
do you
be
think,
a
do you think
totally
if we
different
looked it
thing.
up on the internet, we could find out?
Maybe
I'm telling you right now, if you look up Ben 10 aliens having sex, you're about to see Gwen in some precarious positions. Because that happened when I just
10
looked up Gwen with nothing else.
Aliens.
I literally just looked up.
having sex.
Oh boy.
Oh shit.
And luckily for us, Gwen is
yep.
never the older version in this.
I would just look up some pictures.
Oh, God.
instead
Yep.
of-
There you
of
go.
This is on the hub right
Ben
now.
10 hentai
That's not even an
porn.
alien. That's literally just Ben and Gwen normally.
Oh.
I don't know. I don't know if this
Poor
is what we
fucking
should
Gwen,
have.
bro.
I don't know if
Dude.
this is what we should have on our family-friendly podcast right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck
That's really
that.
disgusting, Justin.
It really is disgusting.
Dude. He's going anal.
Okay, Justin. These
Nice.
are children.
These
Yeah.
are little ass kids.
These little
Now,
ass.
in fairness, like you didn't really look up much to get that other than
Yeah,
aliens
no.
having sex.
Yeah, I
and
looked up
fucking-
aliens having sex and it showed me
Yeah,
Not
it
aliens.
It didn't show you aliens.
I mean, I
at
literally
all.
said that was going to happen.
He forewarned you.
Yeah, I literally told you.
You
Well,
assumed there would be aliens.
No.
That's
I
strike
assumed.
three.
I
That's
assumed strike three and I'm out. Well, all right.
Yeah, don't speak ever.
Damn. Good luck, everybody.
All right, see ya.
All right, see, bro.
We'll be locking the door.
Okay, let's continue.
Yeah. Also, we'll cut this out, but yeah, we all know about Justin's CP. All right.
Bro, he's gonna have to hear that and like edit that out specifically. He said we'll cut this out, but like Justin's gonna have to cut this part out where you say that he has CP.
Yeah, it's fair. Yo, he'll figure it out. Are we gonna wait till he's back, or are we just gonna keep going?
No, keep
Okay,
going.
fuck it. All right, let's go. All right, here's the rest of the movie. As I mentioned here, there's not very distinct portions of the movie to like split this up or whatever. Ben shoots. Why did I say that? That's not what I meant to write there on that first sentence.
At the very start, Ben shoots 6'6".
Yeah, so 6'6" is on the roof with Tetrax. He shoots his helmet off, and this kills him, I think.
Wait, so his head is still on, but his helmet flies off.
Yeah.
And he dies.
Yeah.
What if it's like his? Wait, so are they in space or are they in?
They're in space.
How do they? Is Ben only able to like breathe because he's an alien right now?
Well, no, he isn't.
He's in a
he has
spaceship.
he's in a. Well, okay, no, he's able to breathe on top because he's actually in an astronaut outfit.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But how does it?
Yeah. So what if 6'6"'s helmet is like his breathing device? You know, that makes sense, right?
Yeah. But when Gluto comes back, he gets killed again.
What?
I
I don't think he's dead.
He
Um,
he is
I
gelatin,
think he's
so it
alive.
makes sense that he wouldn't have been like dead from getting squished.
I mean, you could eat him. That's probably how you have to kill him.
so there's like a whole part here where Ben knocks Vilgax off the ship and like he just flies out into space.
then he
and
comes
Ben's
back.
like, bye, Vilgeek.
Vilgeek.
And then they did it. They land on the planet.
Which planet? Which planet?
The planet they're trying to go to.
Yeah, the planet that the homie
Xenon.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So
Xenoc.
Well, okay. So I wrote this down, but I actually thought they said Xenoc, and then later I realized they were saying Xenon, so I corrected it. So
Like
by this point, we're calling it
Xenon.
Xenon.
You mean like the Disney original TV show?
Sure.
What?
Xenon?
Never heard of it.
Yeah.
What is that from like 2019, 92?
Yeah. It's like 1995 probably.
A future date, to be sure.
Two.
That would be like when humans have already gone extinct and like came back again. That's how far away that would be.
2000.
1999 Xenon, girl of the 21st century.
Let me see this. What does it look like?
I don't know.
You.
Yeah. These are.
Huh.
We're looking at Xenon. I wouldn't have watched this.
Yeah. Yeah, me either. I mean, it is a kid's show.
I was 2 years old when it came out.
All right.
But I think 2-year-old Chris would be going hard at some of that, not gonna lie.
But yeah, so they succeeded in landing on the planet, and by that I mean they kind of just slam into the surface. And then,
but the ship is fine, right?
yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
So they get out of the ship. They get out of the ship, but the ship has a gaping hole in it. Nothing's wrong with the ship, anyway. Also, Gwen's just breathing fine, despite not having a suit.
And also the cargo hold like thing is broken completely.
Oh yeah.
The death machine has 3 bodies in it.
So true.
They actually got like eradicated completely. They're not in there.
What?
I know, dude. It literally just like eliminates
Just
them. from
vaporize
existence.
them or something.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, never mind. There are not 3 bodies in the death machine.
Okay, so then there's this part where they fucking get off the ship. They walk into this giant, there's this giant like gate. They just walk in. There's like not even a lock or anything. They're in there. All over the walls, though, are these wild vines, which is one of those species Ben has, and they like grow all over the wall, and they're just like, and then there's this whole part where Ben
they're like throwing themselves.
they're flinging vines at them, and
but they are vines.
Yeah,
so are they flinging themselves, or
like,
they're
like
flinging
plant dudes with vine powers?
Okay,
and they're like flinging these vines at them. And Gwen and Ben had just been having another conversation about how selfish and shitty Ben is, and Ben's like, "No, you're just a bitch." And then he walks over and she gets fucking kidnapped by one of them, and one of them crawls into this tunnel underground and disappears with her, and he's like, "No, Gwen." And then he has a whole like introspective moment where the diamond guy is like, who by the way was there and barely helped them, is like, "Yeah, so Ben, look, man, you got to stop being a selfish prick." And Ben's like, "Yeah, you're right. But it's too late. I already lost my cousin's life." And I'm like, well, we're making a lot of fucking assumptions
Well,
here.
you know what, Ben? Now you can start anew and start taking be the foster parent to Sly and Carmelita's child.
you know what?
Yeah, you can start over from the start. You can also now, after already having this conversation with Tetrax, hear Tetrax's backstory. So Tetrax is going to go over his backstory here. What's really funny?
That's the homie, right? That's the
that's the diamond guy. You know what's funny?
Everyone be having some axes and stuff.
Yeah. So you know what's really fucking stupid about this backstory is it literally happens. It's a fucking dead ass like 3 still shots that they just pan away from. There's one where he's like running away onto a ship. And he's like, "I had to turn to mercenary work because I didn't care about anyone else, Ben." And then he's like, "Also, I fucking shot and killed my own people." And there's just a scene of him like slowly just shooting a gun over and over and over again for like fucking a full 30 seconds while they just panned out this same repeated shot over and over and over again. And then it cuts to a 3rd shot on repeat where he meets Gluto and he's like, "And then I made friends." I'm like, you made one friend. You made one friend. And that completely. Did you have not one friend on the Diamond Head planet? Whatever.
Dude, I've never smiled so much listening to someone say they killed their own people over and over and over again.
It was so fucking ridiculous. And then there's this part where he's like, "You need to change your ways, Ben. You need to be the hero that you want to be or whatever." And then Ben's like, yeah. Okay, so he fucking... There's this part where a giant explosion happens and Tetrax just grabs Ben and they flip straight through it. Like, I mean, like the explosion completely surrounds their bodies. They flip through it. Bombs don't matter. I just want to make that clear. Bombs aren't real. There's no such thing as a bomb. I don't know why they're worried about the explosion at all. They've survived every explosion in the movie so far by going straight into it, but whatever. They flip through it. They're totally fine. There's this whole part where there's this max security door that is really, really hard to get through. So Ben turns into Cannonbolt and rolls into it, not even very fast 3 times, and they blow it down.
So he actually chose one and it was right?
Yeah, that stopped happening actually like a while ago.
Oh.
Yeah. So now he's rolled, he just rolls at the door 3 times, not very fast, and just blows the fucking door down easily. It's not even hard. Then Azimuth, this gray matter guy, gets out of this big suit and he starts complaining. He's like, bro, fuck it, blow up everything. I don't fucking care. I'm not gonna fucking help you. And he has like this, like, he almost has like an Italian accent. It's weird. He's like, nah, no, fuck it, mate, fuck. That's not a thing Italian would say at all. Okay, now, so then there's a part here where Ben has his third mention. By the way, the second one was just before this, of his like whole moral quandary in this movie, where he's like, you know, yeah, we got to make this movie for kids at all. And then 6-6 shows back up. He's alive and he's on a fucking leash. Like Vilgax by the way, is just back now. He's standing on this giant like stone pillar. He has an army of like thousands of dudes with all these giant fucking robots. Let me get to the giant robots, by the way, are barely the size of a person. I have to emphasize this because of a scene later. Okay, so there's this whole thing where they're like, oh my God, whoa, what are we gonna do? And then they're like, oh no, is that 6-6? And it is. He's on a leash. He's now not on the leash. The leash is just gone. Vilgax.
What?
So now Azimuth and all of them are like, whoa, we need to stop them. And
why does he even care? He's saying blow everything up. Why wouldn't he say
he just does help
why,
them? Yeah.
Why wouldn't he just say, you know what? I don't even care.
So
he can take it in a few days. Everyone's gonna fucking die, and I literally do not care. Also, Nolan, take a sip of that Topo Chico and tell me how it tastes.
I'll take a big sip here.
Can you take a swig?
Yeah, take a swig of that.
Dude, I wish I had a Topo Chico right now.
We are not sponsored by Topo Chico.
I don't
we are not.
But if Topo Chico wants to sponsor
I
us.
want it. Well, wait until we hear what Nolan has to say. He could say something really mean.
It tastes like carbonated water, but a little better.
I don't like Topo Chico.
Dude.
I fucking love Topo Chico.
I don't like you.
I've never had it. Do you have one?
There's one right there.
Other than that one?
No, I don't.
Well,
Okay.
Where'd you get that?
On our way back, you want to stop and get one?
Oh, okay. Do I want to stop and get a Topo Chico?
Yeah.
Does it burn? Like carbonation?
Not
No.
really.
Oh, wow.
Gives that
maybe.
gives that
I'll try it.
hang. And if you want, you can get one that's slightly flavored. Those are pretty good too.
Oh, the lime.
Or you got to get
I get
that. You got to get
I like the
actual
grapefruit
Topo Chico,
one.
so
Twist
you
of
don't have
grapefruit?
any of the flavor to blind.
I think you should just get a normal Topo Chico though.
Yeah,
no,
but what makes it so good? Like
Nothing.
to
It's just-
competitors.
It's just
Nothing.
good,
It's just
bro.
literally just carbonated water.
yeah, but like what sets
it-
it apart from its competitors?
See, so right here,
It's
as you
texture.
can see, it has
It's
a couple of good things
texture.
going for it. So first of all, it is exactly 500 milliliters.
Okay, yeah, that is so great.
And then
500 milliliters.
it was also established in 1895 and is made of imported mineral water.
Okay,
not
wow.
sponsored.
We are not
um,
sponsored by Topo
And
Chico.
it was
but I mean,
made
it's
in
imported. That is so
Monterrey,
amazing.
Mexico.
Monterrey, Mexico.
Wait, so here's the thing. So have you had a Coke?
I have had a Coke.
Have you had Mexican Coke?
No.
No.
I've had
What?
I've had real cane sugar root beer.
Bro,
Okay.
okay.
You need to try a Mexican
You need to try
Coke.
Mexican Coke.
Even if you don't like Coke,
I don't
I won't
like
drink
Coke,
Coke
that's why.
anymore, really, but I'll drink a Mexican Coke.
yeah.
Okay.
It's fire, bro.
Sure.
They use
Can
it
we
different-
get that?
not
Can
sponsored
we
by
get
Coke,
that
by
at the
the way.
7-Eleven?
Maybe.
You
No,
can definitely
you can
get
probably-
it at La Azteca.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Okay, we are also
the
not
meat
sponsored
market.
by 7-Eleven, but La Azteca.
We can for sure get both this and Mexican Coke at La Azteca.
Okay, well then maybe we should do that when we're on our way home.
Story time.
Yeah.
I back in the day, I would always get Bryce a Mexican Coke whenever I ran across
Oh,
one.
that's a cute.
yeah.
That's a cute little story.
Yeah.
That's a cute little
Oh,
story.
that's a
Yeah.
cute little story
Oh,
right there.
thank you.
Now let's listen to a not really cute story.
Okay, so yeah, they decided they're going to start fighting people. They just appear outside of the base they were in, ready to fight. Ben has a gun now. I don't know where he got it.
Space gun.
Literally, he just this gun just materializes in his hands, and they also materialize outside of the base that they were just in. And then Gwen and the slime just appear on this cliff, just standing there, and I'm like, okay, Gwen was at least on this planet. Gluto died and flew into space, and he's just here. He's just here with Gwen. They came from the same place. I don't know how it's possible. I don't know how he snuck underground and came back out. By the way, they don't explain how she got out. They don't explain how he got back there. They don't explain why they came from the same place. Yeah, yes, he survived.
Yeah, I predicted that.
Also, I forgot to mention this. There's like a bunch of these scenes where like Ben will be like, haha, you're a dirty snot guy. Or he'll be like, yeah, you're like a booger head to the like slime guy. I'll bring this up because I forgot to, but I need to for a later part now.
I do remember I don't remember a lot of this. I'll be honest with you. I don't remember seeing people get eviscerated in a torture room. But I do remember him calling that guy a snothead.
So they're, by the way, yeah, they're completely fine. Obviously, there's this whole part where the explosion happens and it's planet wide now. The explosion from the Omnitrix, and it doesn't do any physical damage, but it does EMP every single robot Vilgax has and does nothing to any of his allies.
Damn, that's a good turn of events.
What if they were like, wait. This thing won't destroy the universe. It's just gonna EMP the universe. And then Ben looked at Asmund and said, "I don't even fucking want your help. Let's go."
So since they EMP'd all these fucking robots, more robots get up and start attacking them. Of course, I'm really not making this shit up. They just EMP'd all these robots. All of them got deactivated, and then as soon as they turn around, there's more robots climbing up the fucking building.
Go.
And I'm like, oh, cool, nice, yeah, okay. Then. And they literally show this thing radiate across the planet. And I'm like, I guess Vilgax just dropped more in just now from on the planet.
I remember like some talk he has with Asmith that's like actually kind of like emotional.
Yeah, I was about to get to that actually.
I don't remember any of this other fighting shit. Literally none of it.
Okay, so there's this thing where him and Asmith start having a talk, and he's like, kid, give me the arm. So he gets his arm, and he puts in literally like a fucking locker combination, takes Omnitrix out. And then there's this scene where they cut to them fighting for a little bit, and then Asmith just ran off with it. And then he looks over, Asmith does, and I notice, he's not holding the Omnitrix part anymore. And then he looks over and it's across this like stone pillar thing on the ground. And he goes like, and I'm like, what? When did he drop it? When did he drop it?
He's a tiny little man.
It just disappeared. This is one of those things where I'm like, this must have been a scene they cut out. Like the part where he dropped this must have been cut out of the movie.
I'm sorry.
They probably cut out how Gwen and them got back too. Yeah. And so there's this whole part where they're fucking like, okay, they walk over to this fucking to go grab this piece of the watch, right? And he gets it with literally no detriment at all. I don't even know why he dropped it. And then he's like, yeah, we're gonna fix it because I don't want to die. And then I'm like, wait. When did you decide you didn't want to die?
I love how what you just said meant that he would have dropped it if he knew that there would have been some detriment. Because you said there was no detriment. I don't know why he dropped it. You don't know why that would be so funny also, if he dropped it for detriment to heaven.
6'6" gets knocked out by like one shot from a gun and just falls to the ground like unconscious. And I'm like, oh no, dude, not 6'6" again.
Bro, he's good though, right?
He's actually been getting his ass
kicked, he turn into 4 arms and literally like run up to his unconscious body and smash his head in? Give him extreme CTE.
Let's make sure.
He needs release after getting fucked so many times. God. He just is there to die.
He needs CTE, ceasement of televised existence.
That's
honestly, yeah. So then he puts him into the fucking. He puts the fucking watch back in Ben's arm, and he goes like, it should be all fixed up. He didn't even do anything. What
did he do?
He dropped it. That's what he did to fix it. He dropped it on the ground off screen, and it fixed it.
Spot on the floor in this room.
He puts it back into the wrist, and then he like does another locker combination. He says, "All right, Ben, try this one on for size." This is what he turns into the ginormous one. This just fucking huge. His name is way big. Bear in mind, all these aliens.
What's his name?
way big.
Okay.
And bear in mind, all these
Topo
aliens.
Chico's ruling your life.
Yeah, it's really making me bjorp. But yeah, so way big is really cool because all these aliens, bear in mind, have to actually exist somewhere. And way big is literally the fucking size of like the Eiffel Tower. And dead ass.
He's way big.
He's way big.
way
Yeah,
big.
that's why
Damn.
they call him that. He's like, whoa, I'm way big. And by the way, did you get the pun? Try this one on for size.
Wow, he's so
Whoa,
funny.
dude, he's
he
so
wanted
clever.
the destruction of all existence in that universe. He's so funny.
Yep. And then, by the way, dude, I totally
Yep.
forgot to mention right before he puts this back on. There's this whole part where Gwen said, "You're not a hero because of the Watchmen. You're a hero because you're a hero or whatever."
Circumstance.
And he's like, "Thanks, Gwen. I really appreciate that." And then he just like they're literally the next frame. They put the watch back in because obviously that's not true. They would die without it.
Yeah.
So they completely destroy the whole point of the moral of the movie, but whatever. So then he picks up Vogax and chucks him in outer space, which as we know means he'll be back next scene.
Yeah.
Then there's this part where Ben walks over and they're like, okay, let's all split up. So
Why couldn't he have been like chucked him into the ground?
no clue. Don't
Yeah.
ask. By the way, yeah, he comes back in the next series because he did this instead of
Yeah, of
just
course.
killing him and murdering
Yeah,
him.
he
There's
could have
like-
just grabbed him instead of throwing him.
just crushed
I was
him.
gonna say, used a little bit more grip strength.
He was
Or
like,
he
huge.
could have at least like
Thrown him into the
thrown him
planet.
into the ground and then kicked him into outer space.
Yeah.
If he wasn't just a splatter on the ground at that point.
This movie made me want to die. All right. So as a side
High
point,
praise.
he goes into this
Demand.
they decide that they need to all split up, so they have their little like separating scene. This scene's like a minute, so bear in mind all this happens really quickly. So there's like a minute left in the movie. They get into the fucking onto this like stone pillar that they're still on. This whole fight took place on this tiny ass stone pillar. They get inside of fucking the Azimuth, the little guy, gets inside the head of one of these robots and turns it into a ship. Now, I remember I said they're about the size of a person, and I'm thinking, okay, that makes sense. He's really tiny. And then he says, "Are you coming?" And I'm like, wait, what? And the Mayax chick, the female Volgex, is like, "I guess I got nothing better to do. I don't want to go back to jail." So she walks on in. I'm like, wait, hold up.
Wait,
The head of that
what?
robot was the size of like a human head. How? Because by scale in this scene, they must be around the same size. I'm like,
Oh
that's a
my
lie.
God.
They've not been the same size as any
he
other
got
scene.
in the robot and just made it bigger.
Sure. I guess he had to have. There's no
He
other
did that
option.
off screen.
He had to have done it on screen because they were on screen at the same time getting in the robot. I know. It's like, what? Wait. So then, what the hell is Justin?
What are you looking
Okay,
up?
so then
It's
It's
looking
a
at chicken.
chicken, yeah.
You're looking up games of chicken?
there's this part where he walks over to the slime guy and he's like, "It was nice knowing you, bro." And he's like, he starts making noises, and I'm like, he's like, "Whoa, you understand English and you speak it?" And I'm like, I'll break the fourth wall a little bit here. I was watching this with Cameron, and we and him heard him say that, and we were like, "Wow, what beautiful parting words." And then they said that was English, and we were like, "Hold the fuck, no, no, it wasn't." And then he says something else that's even harder to distinguish. And then the Tetrax, the Diamond Head guy, goes, "Oh man, who knew? I didn't know he spoke English." And then they leave. And me and Cameron literally listened to this part multiple times. We're like, "What the fuck is he saying? I don't know what he said." And then they
Oh my
leave.
God.
They go back to Earth, and Grandpa Max is like, "Did y'all have fun?" And they're like, "Yeah, it was okay." And then Ben's like, "Yeah, we should go back to shopping or something." And then Gwen's like, "Nah, I actually want to just kill more aliens. I'm homicidal." And then they're
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
whoa.
Let's go, Gwen.
Yeah.
Let's go. She might be
Yeah.
homicidal, but she's still a great mom.
Yeah, the movie's over. I want to do a Bryce chimes in. What was your favorite part of the movie, Bryce?
I don't know. There was a lot of good things. I think my favorite part was I have a couple of things that kind of culminate. It's just them getting attacked and hurt so many times it doesn't actually matter. Like the ship. Also,
completely
they'll
irrelevant.
people, like you say, will die, or they'll just get like chucked off wherever, and they're just there. Or like the things where they're obviously just missing scenes where like they'll fucking watch on the ground and shit like that. But I think my favorite thing, not specifically about this movie, but about this whole podcast that we've done, is like just you explaining some of these things and just how absolutely dumbfounded you are at the things that don't make sense, and you just seem so like
Anguished.
Yeah, you're just fucking.
That's painful, man.
That made the experience really good.
Yeah.
Okay.
If we did a fairy tale one, I think my liver would fail live on the air.
Your liver.
He would not be drinking Topo Chico. He'd be drinking Everclear.
I might need that to get through it. To be honest.
Is
it time for Kris reviews the media piece and reviews and says it with his mouth?
I think so.
All right.
Okay.
We didn't really have one of these last time, so that's
Yeah.
a big step in the right direction.
We didn't.
Well,
What do
it
you
kind
mean?
of did.
We like had a hood one.
Yeah,
kinda.
yeah, it was
Okay.
weird.
What does the hood one mean?
It was a hood one.
It was hood.
What does that mean?
Yeah.
I mean, it was
means
a
like-
little whack,
All right.
whack crazy, man.
All right.
I don't. What are you talking about? Last episode we recorded?
Yeah.
I don't remember that.
Croco no basket.
You could say like it was perceived as dangerous.
Slam dunk. Well,
Yeah.
perceived
Yeah.
as dangerous.
I do remember. All right, Kris.
What?
review
Okay,
Speak
okay.
it with your mouth.
So this one's difficult because objectively,
This
this
is a hard
movie
one.
is hot garbage. This movie is like maybe a 3 if we're being kind. Maybe a 2.5. But
Yeah, I feel like just
No,
pure
this sounds-
entertainment value has to be higher.
entertainment
But,
value.
like,
Exactly.
yeah.
Like hearing Nolan be so upset that he had to watch this 3 times and watching particular scenes that made absolutely no sense to him in real time a lot over and over and over again. That's entertainment. This has been like one of the most fun tellings that we've had just because
yeah.
you seem so fucking pissed that it exists.
yeah.
It's just so fucking terrible.
The
But-
storytelling was on point.
But just like something like a lot of the time you're like, well, it does have good animation or the races were good and that's a big part of it. This one,
Not in this one.
The nonsense was good.
the nonsense was good, but it was definitely heightened by the way Nolan was saying it. I feel like I would be miserable trying to watch
I
it.
definitely. This made me want to watch it.
It made me want to watch it, but I feel like it is going to fail my
I
expectations.
definitely need to get intoxicated beforehand, and then
Yeah.
Also, you can watch this on 123movies.com. That's where I've watched it
Uh,
because
uh,
otherwise you have
not,
to
wait.
not sponsored.
not
Wait.
sponsored. Yeah.
Allegedly, you can watch that.
Yeah,
we don't want to get in
allegedly.
trouble.
Yeah, well,
Yeah,
I've heard you
allegedly.
can.
Yeah,
I
allegedly.
didn't do that
Yeah,
actually.
yeah,
I lied. Also, fun fact: you can also rent this on YouTube for money, real actual money, or you can rent you can also instead rent Ran by Naoki Kurosawa, which is a fucking amazing movie I watched last night. If y'all haven't seen that, we should watch that.
Yeah, I'll watch that tonight with you.
That shit was fire.
Wait, we could do it as like a watch party, little supplemental content.
Yeah, sure.
I actually
Yeah.
didn't rent that on there. I watched it on 123 Movies also, but I'll
allegedly.
rent it because
Allegedly you did.
allegedly I
Yeah.
watched it on there. Okay, but yeah, I'm gonna buy it because I feel like it deserves my money.
In all
but-
seriousness, though, we need to first watch the Kamen Rider movie that Bryce
We
wanted
did-
to watch in episode
Oh,
4.
man, I think that one will be a hot mess on a whole other kind of level.
Okay. So yeah, that's my opinion. I think objectively this shit is shit. Entertainment value. Entertainment. I'm sure it can make me laugh.
Yeah.
Also, I left out a
But-
bunch of cool jokes.
Oh, yeah. Like,
What's funny is, you know what's actually crazy is because of how shitty the dub for the Digimon movie is, that movie is fucking so funny.
Dude, I
Because
love that movie,
they
bro.
just put so many jokes in where I'm like, that was actually good. I like that. This movie was more like the science class is over. And I'm like, well, okay.
Oh, yeah.
That was the lamest thing you could have said there, to be honest. And shit like that over there, dorkhead and doofus. That's the humor in Ben 10 Secret of the Omnitrix. But yeah. So, any other closing remarks here, Chris? Or can we go to anything else now?
No, let's have some ribs. Yeah,
Wait,
ribs.
talk amongst yourselves for a second.
Oh, we're
okay. Well, we're gonna talk amongst ourselves. Okay,
we're gonna
so
eat ribs and have Topo Chico and Mexican Coke, Coca-Cola. We're not sponsored by cocaine.
all right. Do I got to read this?
Yeah, you got to read that.
Okay. What the? Oh, it looks like it said versus. It says us. Okay.
Wait, what?
Share podcast with we're gonna do our second ever segment of somber reading. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'm ready,
Let's get the
Yeah,
snapping
yeah.
going.
Yeah.
Okay. Share podcast with everyone. Your dog, your doctor, your enemies. If
What?
you hate the podcast,
Following you. Stop.
that is the best way to support the podcast.
Follow me,
Our Insta is
bitch.
at content_crusade.
Bitch.
No spaces. Twitter is at content capitalized
Look me in the
content
eyes.
crusade, no space. TikTok is at content crusaders pod, no space. You heard that right. All three of those were completely different. Website contentcrusaderspod.com. The YouTube is capital content space crusaders. That's also capitalized. You heard that right. Once again, a fourth variant. That's not the same. I think that's. Oh yeah, leave us 5 stars on the podcast services. You can also I've heard, and leave a comment
On YouTube.
or don't. Fucking honestly, if you watched it at all, it's good with me. They can't even dislike anymore, right? It's not a thing anymore.
Can they?
No, I don't think
they,
so.
If you
they
can't
can.
see it.
You can't see it.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
we
well,
can see it.
Then feel free.
Yeah,
fuck it.
yeah.
Yeah.
You can dislike us. That gives us engagement as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, just do anything.
We love the engagement.
Yeah.
Also, honestly, like just commenting and knowing what you like. I mean,
And leave us
That's really
constructive
cool.
criticism.
yeah.
Let us know if it
what we
sucks.
can do better.
I'll
Yeah.
read it anyways, but you do whatever you want.
I'll read it.
I'll read it too.
Absolutely.
All right, I'm gonna stop.
You're gonna big gulp out of here.